Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood, where we have honest conversations about women's mental health. We have new videos every Monday, every week. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe below. Today, I'm going to be sharing how to use the mindfulness tool of grounding using your five senses to help during those moments of high anxiety when you are just feeling so overwhelmed in that fight, flight, freeze state and need a tool to help you calm down in the moment. And so the way this works is it really uses our senses to help us be aware of where we are in the present that can help lower that intense anxiety. So the first step is we're going to use our sense of sight. So you stop what you're doing, stop wherever you are. You might be feeling that intense anxiety, maybe your heart's racing, maybe all these thoughts are running through your head. You're just feeling overwhelmed, out of control, and you just need a way to bring everything down in the moment. And how do we do that? So first of all, we're going to think about our sense of sight. So that's like number one. And we are going to stop where we are. And wherever that might be, we might be driving, we might be in the pickup line after school, we might be in the grocery store, we might be at home, might be at somebody else's home, might be on the playground with your kids. So you're going to stop where you are and you're going to look around your environment. Really stop and look around and look for five things that you can see. And as you see each one, name them, notice them, and take a moment to notice that item. So for example, I'm in this room right now, and if I look straight ahead, I see the blinds on the window. So just take a moment to notice that. Then I see there is a lamp on this desk over here. So I'm going to notice that. So just go around five things that catch your eye, take a moment to really notice that item, and five things. And then we're going to shift to our sense of touch. And so by that, what we're going to do is we are going to, again, stop where we are and look for five things that we can reach out with our hand, with space from us, and that we can touch. And as we touch each item, name them to ourselves and really notice what that texture feels like. And I would say you're allowed to touch things that are on you. So for example, if I was doing that right now, I may touch my sweater and then just notice that it feels soft and the texture of it. I might touch this desk next to me and just kind of notice that it feels smooth and cold to touch. And so you'll do that for four objects, so four things that you can touch. The next one is sound. So now we're going to do three sounds that you can hear. So you just kind of stop and pay attention to the different sounds that you hear. And again, go through each one, notice them, and name them. So I can hear a car driving outside this building. I can hear the air conditioning running. So you want to do that for three things. Notice a pattern, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so next for 2, we are going to notice smells. So this might be tricky depending on where you are. You might need to move around to try and capture different smells. So take a moment and notice 2 smells that you can smell. And I always like to tell clients that I work with, that it's okay to sometimes you might inhale your hair. Maybe it smells of shampoo, or maybe you can smell perfume that you sprayed. Maybe you smell some essential oils or candles. Maybe you smell food cooking. Whatever that might be, notice the 2 things that you can smell. And then the last one, so we've come down to the 1 in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, is one thing that you can taste. And so if you're not eating or drinking at the moment, you still want to just kind of take a moment, just kind of notice yourself. How does your mouth feel? Does it feel minty because maybe you just brushed your teeth? Does it feel dry? Maybe from the anxiety, you're feeling kind of dry and nervous. Maybe it feels taste of coffee because you just had some coffee. Just take a notice, or maybe it doesn't really have much of anything that you notice. It's just kind of neutral. So even noticing that, so take a moment to notice that. And then that's it. You've gone through your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You use all of your senses to be present in that moment, to notice your environment, to use your senses to help ground you in the present. Because when we're in the present, that helps take us out of all those emotions and everything that's going on in our mind. And this is something that works great, not just for ourselves, but even for kids. If your child is struggling with feeling overwhelmed or feeling upset in the moment, just kind of grabbing them and have them, hey, look around the room, tell me 5 things you can see. You can even make a game out of it. And so just kind of the next time you're feeling overwhelmed, or even when you're not, as a way to practice, just practice stopping and doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So just to recap, it's 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, feel, 3 sounds that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste or observe that sense of taste. And if you don't get the exact number, that's fine. It doesn't really matter if you don't follow the exact rules. The goal really is just to help stop you in the moment, use your senses to ground yourself, and take in what is in your environment. And like when I teach these tools to my clients, I always say, the more you can practice this, the better. Even if you practice it once a day, even if you practice it when you're not feeling anxious. In fact, the more you can practice it, the better, because I always say it's kind of like learning how to swim. You wouldn't wait until you're drowning to learn how to swim. You would want to learn how to swim when you have a swim instructor, the shallow end, everything is calm. Because what happens is when we are overly anxious, we're in that fight or flight freeze mode, adrenaline's pumping, all those things are happening. And when that happens, it's really hard to access that logical side of our brain and access new things that we don't know. We're going to access things that are in that long-term memory that are stored. So the more you practice it, the more you have that solidified as a go-to tool. So I'd love to hear from you on if you have used this before or any of your other favorite grounding techniques, or if this has worked for you. Don't forget to comment below. And thank you for watching, and we will see you next time on Surviving Motherhood. Bye.